Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, so bad Lions. Okay, let's go to our ugly. You want to give me your ugly?
Yeah, so I picked the Bengals, specifically the last defensive play of the game. And you could ask my wife, I was screaming at the TV way before the ball was snapped. I'm not saying this because of what happened. Before the ball was snapped, I was like, they're rushing three? Like, what are you doing? I mean, you think about this, the whole game, they were pressuring Mahomes. They're getting in his grill. He throws 2 interceptions, barely throws 150 yards. And it's 4th and 16. And it's like, and what do? You play a zone coverage and you rush 3. So you're going to give him all the time in the world to move around and to find someone open. And then you have Kelsey, who's like one of the greatest players of all time, finding open space in a zone. I know he didn't throw to Kelsey, but I'm just saying the game plan of it. It's like, yeah, give him time and give the receivers time to find an opening in our zone. This will work. It's like, oh, man, especially on 4th and 16. Like, that's what drives me nuts with Hail Marys, too, where they, like, rush 3. It's like, how about you send, like, 6, and then they don't even have enough time to get the receivers into the end zone, because you're getting rushed already. So that drove me nuts. I mean, it's like if you're going to get it, any game that I ever play, if you're going to beat me doing what I do best. And the whole game, it was pressuring Mahomes. It was relying on your cornerbacks to cover the receivers. They were talking all week that they were going to be able to shut them down, and they were. And it's like, why do you back off of that the last play of the game when everything's on the line? Just absolutely ridiculous. I hated it.
Yeah, I think it was funny, too, because our Travis, he's a Bengals fan, and he kind of predicted that they would only rush 3, and that's what they did. And I agree with you. You gotta, I'm with you. You bring a blitz on 4th and 16 because you want him to throw it, as quickly as possible, right? Like, now he might throw a fly route and give his receiver a chance to get underneath it. Well, if that happens, that's better than, allowing them to have the time to find an open guy. So I'm with you. Keep everything in front of you, bring a blitz, make them make a play or 2 before the first down line to get the first down, make them run after the catch. But yeah, it's inexcusable to rush 3. I never understood that anyway. Rough times. Let me give you my ugly. I'm going to say my ugly. I got 2 of them, but this one's a more general one. It's passing in the first 2 weeks of the NFL season statistically is the lowest it's ever been. Touchdowns and yards per game. Thanks to Clint, he sent this to me, so I'm going to share with everybody. DJ, in the year 2020, there was 110 touchdowns passed through the first 2 weeks of the NFL season. You want to guess how many were thrown in the first 2 weeks of the NFL season this year, not including tonight?
Oh man. I would probably say short of 50.
Oh, not that quite that low, but 66.
Okay.
66.
I was just thinking there wasn't too many quarterbacks with multiple. I wasn't thinking of Carr, though. He has like 13 of those. So
yeah, Carr's doing pretty good. Yeah. So that's almost half as many touchdowns, which is crazy. Passing yards, 248.8 per game by a quarterback in 2020. In 2024, it's only 193.2.
wow.
So that's almost 60 yards less per game by NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah. At the same time, so I hate analytics because if you sit down and think about it, there's always reason for it. Like you think of all the quarterbacks that left, Tom Brady and Drew Brees, and you look at all like the veterans that are gone now. Rodgers obviously is back, but totally different situation. But it's like, yeah, you have a lot of really young quarterbacks right now, and you have rookies and you have second years, and they're all starting right away. And yeah, I mean, I think the good quarterbacks still look fine, but there's not as many. Remember, like with fantasy, like 3-4 years ago, it's It's like you could pick your quarterback like fourth round because there's like 20 awesome quarterbacks, and now it's like the opposite. Now there's like 5 awesome quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think it's both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it's differentiating the good quarterbacks from the mediocre to the bad quarterbacks, but then it's also a bad thing because people thought that the game was evolving, that we're starting to get where every team has like a good to better quarterback, and now it kind of has regressed. Like we're not
Yep.
getting that. Like, Justin Herbert, everybody thought he was going to be super good. I still think he is, but he's got a very slow start. I wonder too, like, I can't remember when they reduced the preseason game. I feel like it was before 2020, but that would be something kind of interesting to look at. And then if defenses are sort of catching up to the schemes that allow these quarterbacks to have the boom, the space, the pace, a lot of teams are playing 2 high safeties now. They're not leaving their secondary out to dry as much. So I wonder if that's part of it as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of do a deep dive on that to see what's causing it. But yeah, in short, I just think if you go through all the quarterbacks, there's just a lot of mediocre to bad quarterbacks, especially this year. I mean, yeah, look at, like you said, the Colts yesterday. I mean, that was ridiculous. Like their
Yeah,
passing
Richardson
game,
looked bad.
it
He
was
looked so
just
bad.
their open receivers, he was just like totally missing. And then in the Bears, it's like they can't, do anything to save their life in a passing game. It's
Yeah,
I don't
Bryce
know.
Young. Okay, my other ugly, just on a personal level, Tua Thursday night. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like he had a bad game. One of those interceptions wasn't his fault. The other one kind of was, and then the third one was awful. But aside from his bad play, he dove. Like I was telling the other guys, I don't think it was like a play we it's something we see often, like somebody's helmet running into someone's shoulder pad, but
Yeah.
I think it just speaks to the sensitivity of his head.
Yep.
Um that it
He should know that though, and that's what's
Yeah.
irritating. Like you look at it and people are like, "Oh, well, you're in the heat of the game," but look at like Tom Brady. Remember his last season? It's like as soon as he felt someone within like 5 feet of him, he just dropped to the ground. Like
Yeah.
he didn't even try to get rid of the ball, or he just like fell down because he knew he couldn't get hit.
Yeah.
It's like that's what Tua's been investing all this time on how to fall and how to slide and how to break. And then you go and dive head first with the defender coming at you. It's like, dude, just drop to the ground. It's like,
Yeah.
that they can't touch you as a quarterback if you drop to, if you slide. It's like, so it's 4th and 1. Big deal. I mean, it's not worth getting
Well,
a
yeah.
concussion over.
Yeah, so the play was 4th and 4, and the only thing I could think of was he didn't know if he got past the first down marker. And
Yeah.
so he was just trying to gain an extra yard or two by diving forward into the dude. The problem is there obviously there's a better way of doing that. You could have made sure you were more towards the ground, like slide forward. You don't have to dive into the dude. You could dive away from the dude. But
Yeah.
but unfortunately, I don't even know if he knew that his head was that sensitive. But if his head's going to be that sensitive, I just don't know, like, if he's,
Yeah.
as a
You
Dolphin fan, I
basically
don't know
can't
what he
play.
should do. So,
Yeah. That's like, there's people too that their ankles, they shatter all the time, or it's like, there's just some people that they're injury prone in certain parts of their body. And unfortunately for him, it's his head. And it's like, I mean, he is in the best position in the NFL besides kicker to play with that problem, but still, I mean, you're going to get hit. So if he's going to play again, it's basically like never, ever run. You just can't. It's like, that's not an option.
yeah, I was telling Clint today, I was like, I think the Dolphins should just trade for Stafford. The way the Rams look, how beat up they are, Stafford would probably want somebody there. Maybe one more chance to win, I should say, one more Super Bowl chance. But yeah, I don't like that as a possibility. And the Dolphins, I just think give Tua as much time as he needs to come back. But I don't think they'll do it because he might come back this season, 10 days, maybe next
Yeah.
week. I don't know. So we'll see what
But
happens.
the problem with concussions, at least from what I know, is the more you get, the easier you get them.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And it made me also wonder, did he suffer like a small concussion on Sunday against the Jaguars that we don't know about?
Could
And then
be.
like he hit his head, it made his head like more sensitive to another concussion that he, what I'm saying, like something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's do our little game here, and then we'll pick week.
Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.